If I had a nickel for every horror movie that came out in the past 9 months that features someone snapping a magical piece of wood in half that immediately causes people to lose their agency, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. I am, of course, talking about Weapons and Obsession, which are actually more similar than you might think. The villains from both movies are inherently selfish and use this mysterious form of magic to serve themselves. Aunt Gladys doesn't specifically have any kind of vendetta against Alex's family or the 17 children that she's kidnapped. She's just feeding off of them as a means to live without regard for the harm that she causes others. Everybody is just a pawn to her. She doesn't really pay them any thought. Bear is also selfishly using the magic of the One-Wish Willow to his advantage. While he didn't actually expect it to grant his wish in the beginning, once he realized that it worked, he didn't care that Nikki was under this kind of spell because it meant he could have her. In fact, everybody around him realizes that he's taking advantage of Nikki while she's in this altered state, and Bear moves from this state of denial to complacency because it doesn't matter to him as long as he gets to be with Nikki. He wants to live in this fantasy, which is why he tries to alter the wish to make it feel more real before he even thinks about canceling it. And of course, the awful scene where the real Nikki begs him to kill her and he says something along the lines of, "Oh, is it that horrible to just be with me?" God. The One-Wish Willow itself is not necessarily evil, it's the wishes that can be evil. And in both films, you're not really supposed to question how the magic works. We are presented with a One-Wish Willow and we're given proof that this actually grants wishes. And that's it. The same goes for Aunt Gladys. We see that she practices witchcraft and she has the ability to turn people into weapons. How she actually became a witch or gained these abilities, we don't know. The actual magical aspect of her character isn't explored. We are, however, getting an Aunt Gladys prequel, which may or may not explain that lore. In the case of Obsession, Curry Barker has said that he would be open to the idea of a sequel, or even an anthology series where each episode features a different wish gone wrong. There is a lot of potential backstory for the magical aspects of both of these films, but I honestly don't think it's necessary for either of them. I like that the One-Wish Willow is this mysterious, omnipotent device that shouldn't exist but does in an otherwise totally normal world. But I would honestly love to watch a series where we can see how other wishes play out and whether other people make decisions as horrible as Bear's were. Let me know if you would watch an Obsession sequel or if you think it's better off as a standalone story.